Hi, it's Dwyer, gamblersadvisory.com. You know, boxing is a community that sometimes lends itself to consensus. We all know when there's been a absurd robbery in a fight. Not just the fans know it, but the fighters themselves. And there'll be outcry. And we saw that recently in the robbery that took place in the Robert Helenius versus Derek Chisora fight. By the way, let me applaud Vitaly Klitschko for exploring a fight with Derek Chisora. Vitaly, heavyweight champion, himself said that it was clear that Derek Chisora won that fight. But then you have fights like this fight, the one I'm talking about in this video, Lamont Peterson's victory over Amir Khan, right? Sometimes there are fights that come along that split the boxing community that we're just not going to agree on. Understand that Harold Letterman had Amir Khan winning this fight. Paulie Malignaggi had Amir Khan winning this fight. Robert the Ghost Guerrero, who predicted that Peterson would win the fight, had Peterson winning the fight. Floyd Mayweather Sr. had Lamont Peterson winning the fight. I get the feeling that if you stop 10 people on the street, at least 4 of the 10 would have one of these two winning the fight. In other words, I believe that based on the comments that I've received to my pre-fight video where I predicted Khan would win this fight, I believe that at least 40% of the public firmly believes that either Lamont Peterson or Amir Khan won this fight. There seems to be a legitimate difference of opinion. Let's talk styles, right? The Peterson crowd believes that their guy got inside, landed a bevy of body punches, that Amir Khan defensively was challenged and didn't know how to handle himself when Peterson got inside, particularly when Khan was up on the ropes. And that led Khan to do the only thing he knows how to do to get a guy off of his chest when he can't move away. And that's push the guy down, right? And that is an illegal move, right? Also, the Peterson crowd believes that Lamont Peterson had stunning success, and I mean stunning success, hitting Khan with a right hand in close. It was a bit surprising how many times Khan got hit flush with Peterson's right hand. Now, based on my view of the fight and the things I was looking at, I thought Amir Khan won this fight. I thought Khan was the faster fighter. He did more from the outside. Quite frankly, in my opinion, he just did more in the fight, right? And sometimes the devil is in the details. Let's talk about those details, but let me just make a couple of points here. For me, the 11th round summed it up, and I understand that round's controversial, right? Because I believe more than one judge gave the 11th round to Lamont Peterson. I believe that the judges you should believe should be your own eyes. I would encourage everyone to take a very hard look at the 11th round. The 11th round summed it up for me. In that 11th round, I didn't see a lot of action. Then I saw Amir Khan get off combinations and then back away after hitting Peterson with 4 5-punch combinations. Then I saw Khan come back in toward the end of the round and land another 4 or 5-punch combination and then back away, right? The way I score rounds like that is I give it to the guy landing the combinations, not the guy getting hit with them, right? Now let's talk about the details on this fight, scoring-wise, because I think it's something to consider, right? Maybe it'll bridge the gap here. Only one fighter got a knockdown in this fight, and that's Amir Khan. Right, now let's just do the math. Right, Amir Khan gets the knockdown in the first round. Let's be conservative. I'll make the more liberal case toward the end of this video, but let's be conservative. Amir Khan gets the knockdown in the first round. That's a 10-8 round. I'm just going to ignore the ringing in the background. I believe Amir Khan then comes out and, in my opinion, wins the second round. Right? I would encourage everyone to look at the fight themselves. So Amir Khan, at least according to my scorecard, was up by 3 rounds after 2 rounds, right? 3 points after 2. He gets a 10-8, right? Peterson himself admits he was knocked down in the first round. He gets a 10-8 in the first. He gets a 10-9 in the second, right? Now, in my opinion, Amir Khan, let's fast forward in the fight, right? Amir Khan wins the 11th round, and he also wins the 12th round. Now, keep in mind, he gets a point deducted in the 12th round. We'll address that. But all 3 judges watching the fight scored the 12th round a 9-9 round. In other words, all 3 judges thought that Amir Khan won the round, right? It's only 9-9 after you take the point away from Amir Khan. Now let's back up a little bit. At the end of the second round, after Amir Khan wins the first 2 rounds, 10-8 and 10-9, Amir Khan should have had a 3-point lead. If you deduct the 2 points that the referee deducted from Amir Khan should still have a 1-point lead going into the 3rd round of a fight in which he never gets dropped. Right? Now, if you give Khan, as I did, the 11th and 12th rounds, right, that means even factoring in the 2-point deduction, Amir Khan should be up just off the 1st, 2nd, 11th, and 12th rounds. Amir Khan should be up by 3 rounds, right? 3. So that means from rounds 3 to 10, right? And if you add them all up, that's a total of 8 rounds. From rounds 3 to 10, that means that Lamont Peterson would have had to have won those rounds by 4 rounds to win the fight, right? He would have to have won 6 of those 8 rounds to win the fight. I don't think he did. Let's go further. I would encourage everyone looking at the fight to take a look at the 5th round and tell me, who do you think won that round? Take a look at the 9th round. Tell me who won that round. I believe both of those rounds are Amir Khan rounds. Understand, Peterson would have to go, and this is including the deductions. He would literally have to win 6-2 in rounds 3 through 10, in my opinion, to win the fight. Now let's get a little bit further outside the box. In the first round, Peterson actually hits the canvas twice. Not once, twice. Now I understand replay showed that Peterson's legs got a little bit tangled up with the referees on the first knockdown. But ask yourself, did he get hit with a left hook right before going down that first time? Right? That's the question. right? If you believe that the first round was a 10-7 round, and I'll agree that Peterson never looks badly hurt in the round, but if he went down twice, and if you believe, forget the referee's rulings, let's ignore the referee. If you believe that that first round was a 10-7 round, and that Khan wins the second round, Khan would be up by 4 rounds. If you believe that Khan then wins the 11th and 12th rounds like I do, Khan would be up by 6 rounds, right? Let's do the math. That would mean that Peterson from rounds 3 to 10 in a fight widely regarded as close would have to offset a 6-round deficit to win the fight. I think that that's questionable, right? Just off the scoring. Since people, myself included, read the comment section to my videos, I encourage the Peterson supporters, and I understand there are many of you out there, Robert Guerrero, Floyd Mayweather Jr., Senior, I encourage the Peterson supporters to tell me the rounds that they believe gave Peterson the win in this fight. Let me also say this too. Keep in mind, the analysis that I've just given here assumes that the referee was correct in deducting the 2 points from Amir Khan. Now, I'll say this. I'm one of those nutcases who believes that George Foreman might not have beaten Joe Frazier in Kingston, Jamaica, if Foreman didn't illegally push Joe Frazier off of him, right? Pushing really can turn a fight. As an aside, with Joe Frazier, I'm not sure if Ali wins the rematch against Joe Frazier if he's not allowed to push down on the back of Joe Frazier's neck. I believe Frazier got penalized in multiple career-defining fights. But let's just talk about the pushing. Even if you believe, as I do, that excessive pushing should not be allowed, did the referee provide Amir Khan with adequate warning before the first point deduction that he was at risk of getting a point deducted? Right? Did he? Because if there's only 1 point deduction in this fight and not 2, Amir Khan keeps his title. 2 of the judges had this fight 113-112, right? And so the question is, did the referee do his job in adequately warning Amir Khan? Right? Harold Lederman, a former judge himself, I believe his daughter's a current judge, Harold Lederman believes that the pushing was a minor infraction, right? What I'd like to know, and Floyd Mayweather Sr. believes that the referee did caution Khan at the end of the 6th round, right? I just want to know from the public watching the fight, do you personally believe that that referee made it clear to the fighters that more pushing would not be allowed? Let me point out, after the fight, Lamont Peterson, who is one of boxing's straight shooters, I've long considered him to be one of the best interviews in boxing. He really tells you the way it is. Not a lot of political content from him. He's a straight talker, right? After the fight, he was asked point blank whether or not Amir Khan should have been penalized for the pushing, and his response was revealing. He did not say, well, we were both warned in the 6th round, right? He didn't say, the referee was talking to us about pushing before he took away a point. No, what Lamont Peterson said, at least on HBO, was that Khan should have been penalized for pushing him down, right? Not pushing him off, but pushing him down. That was Lamont Peterson's take on it. Now, let me just say this. I thought Khan easily could have been penalized for pushing Peterson down. But there too, there really has to be clear warnings from the referee before there's a point deduction like there was in this fight. My question to the public is, ask yourself, was there a clear warning? So to sum up, I thought Amir Khan won the fight. He should have escaped with his title. I thought he did it on the basis of a strong start, a strong finish, and holding his own in the middle of the fight. Let me know what you think. Tell me who won the fight. A lot of you already have. I would encourage everyone to read the comments to my pre-fight video here on YouTube. Where does Amir Khan go from here? Where does Lamont Peterson go from here? First, let me talk to Peterson. I'll say this. Golden Boy doesn't have any options on him. Right? He is a promotional free agent, just like Floyd Mayweather. He also has a belt. He's a champion. Quite frankly, Lamont, the people you owe aren't Amir Khan's camp. Right? You were the mandatory challenger. No one did you favors. You earned the title shot. Rather, the people you owe are your family and your corner. If I'm Lamont Peterson, my priority should be getting paid. Right? And the way I do that, quite frankly, might be to fight some, cash cow type fights where I'm able to get the lion's share of the gate and keep my name in the news before taking a major challenge. Right? If he is going to fight Amir Khan, I know after the fight he was talking about fighting Khan in the United Kingdom. All I can say is think that one through. Okay? Having a title is big money. You've fought your entire career to get this title. I think what fighters need to do is they need to cash in when they have an opportunity to cash in. I believe Lamont Peterson should fight at whatever venue gets him the most money and helps him build his brand, whether that's the UK or someplace else, right? I mean, life's unfair. Lucien Boutte gets to fight all of his fights in Canada. Look, all I can say is that's the way it is. Boxing at the end of the day is a business. What I would not do if I'm Lamont Peterson is rush to sign a rematch to fight anyone in their home country. Let me also say this too. When the fight went off, Peterson weighed 155 pounds. He's viable at 147. If a cash cow fighter like a Floyd Mayweather comes calling, right, I would seriously listen to the pitch. Let me point out too that Peterson fought Victor Ortiz to a draw. Ortiz is supposed to be fighting Andre Berto at 147. If Ortiz beats Berto and gets that title, I think it would be a great rematch. Peterson against Ortiz, the reigning 140 champ against the reigning 147 champ for big money. So if I were Peterson, I would talk with my advisors, I would talk with my family. I would not sign any contract anytime soon. Now, if I'm Amir Khan, I realize this loss might actually be a win because a lot of people in the public thought that Amir Khan was, quite frankly, a bit arrogant, a bit too big for his britches. You don't want to be viewed as a blowhard. The setback might actually be a step forward because he's still a big name in boxing, and many of us, myself included, believe he got robbed here. Right? So he's still marquee, only now he has an underdog feel to him. If I were him, I'd go in the gym and I would try to figure out why I'm so defensively limited when an opponent backs me up on the ropes. Right? I would literally try to work on clinching, right? Clutching, finding ways where I don't have to push down on an opponent to get him off of me. Right? The push down was so predictable that, believe it or not, Peterson even started countering the push down with right hands. Khan needs to work on his defense. That's what I would do if I were him. And I would take opponents on who weren't going to push me defensively while I build up that part of my game. Let me know what you think. Leave your comments for me here on YouTube. I especially want to hear from the Peterson crowd on the rounds that they feel their guy won. Let me know what those rounds are. Let's figure this one out, because I am curious, because I thought that Khan won the fight by a few rounds. I didn't think it was that close. I was one of those who was very surprised when the decision was read. Thanks for watching.